everyone, my name is Luyao. I'm a teaching assistant from the Chinese University of Hong Kong, Shenzhen campus. Today I'm going to present a study exploring student perceptions of native English-speaking teachers and non-native English-speaking teachers in the EMI context. And the focus is whether students think NS teachers are more competent than their local NNS teachers. In the Chinese higher education institutions, teachers for EMI programs are recruited globally and locally. And previous studies has demonstrated that these two groups of teachers showed different language proficiency and teaching behaviors. And the students may judge their EMI teaching competencies based on their language and their pedagogy, whether they use teacher-centered or student-centered teaching methods may have influenced student perceptions of their teaching competencies. There were 7 students who had enrolled in EMI programs in Chinese universities, participated our semi-structured interview asking their perceptions of NS teachers and local Chinese teachers regarding to language and pedagogy, and they were also asked how they perceive their own English proficiency regarding to the 4 English skills. And our results showed student self-perceived listening and speaking proficiency would have influence on their perceptions of NS teachers and NNS teachers' teaching methods and their language. All our participants reported NS teachers has more fluent and proficient English compared with local Chinese teachers, which is as expected. And they all reported their local Chinese teachers would adopt more teacher-dominant teaching methods with little interaction, while their native English-speaking teachers, they use more interactions in their instructions. And previous study showed students prefer or students regard NS teachers' language and interactive teaching methods as effective in content understanding. In our study, this pattern is also shown, but only for those students who perceive themselves having high listening and speaking proficiency. They would think NS teachers are more competent in language and their use of interactive teaching methods is more student-centered and facilitating the content understanding. But for those students who perceive themselves have low listening and speaking proficiency, they would prefer their NNS teachers' teaching methods and language. Their language is shadowed by their language 1, so it's easier to understand. And the teacher-dominant teaching methods, students just need to listen to the teachers, follow the instruction without too much cognitive load in their listening and speaking. So they think these characters benefits their attainment of content learning. So our implication is no matter the teacher is native or non-native English speaker, they need to pay attention to students' current need based on their current level of listening and speaking proficiency, so that they can adjust and refine their teaching method to better cater to their students' needs and facilitate their content understanding. And for the institution, the pre-sessional and in-sessional English courses provided should emphasize more on listening and speaking models to help students learn better during the classroom instruction in the EMI context. This is my presentation. Thank you for listening.